We have a question from our friend Abel. Abel practices Taekwondo, and he says, I feel I can't spar well in my Taekwondo class. I'm a yellow belt, I'm 21, and the class is very divided. If you're not familiar with the belt ranking system in World Taekwondo, it follows the colors of the Olympic rings on the Olympic flag: white, yellow, green, blue, red, and then black. So Abel is a fairly low rank in Taekwondo, but don't ever underestimate anyone, especially not yourself. So that's awesome that you're getting out there and training. You're doing the thing, man. So here's his concern. On one hand, people way smaller, younger, and clumsier than me. Or people are way smaller, younger, and clumsier than me. On the other hand, people way better than me, blue belts and up, really give me no chance. Okay, you got two types of people who are pretty much wimps. You can play with them if you wanted to, and people who are just, they outpoint you, outclass you in every way. And one guy my age and my skill level, but way taller and heavier. I feel I get no fair chance sparring. I have fun still, but what would you do in my place? Spar with the much inferior or the much superior fighters? Yes, both. And you're going to spar differently with them. And one thing I would add, because it's not just do this or do that, you've got third, fourth, and fifth options too. If you want more sparring partners, go get some. If you like Taekwondo, tell your friends about it. And you might find that some of them like it too. And they might think, yeah, this is neat. And you might just recruit somebody your size and your skill level to spar with. Because you do need three types of training partners. You need the guys who are better than you. You need the guys at your level. And the most important of all, you need the guys that you can just absolutely play with. But you're going to spar differently with them. You're not going to hurt the wimps. You're not going to hurt the weaklings. You're not going to hurt the people that you can dance around. You are going to use those guys to work on your technical skills. The guys at your same level, and it sounds like there aren't a lot of those at your school right now. But if you go out and promote it a little bit, there very well could be. And I love the fact that you're sparring, because, man, too many Taekwondo schools these days don't. Unfortunately, it's so weird. Because Taekwondo is the sport of sparring with kicks, and yet so many Taekwondo schools just don't do it. It's sad. So I love the fact that yours is. There's a lot to be learned from that. So yeah, tell your friends, but with the guys who are more technical, you're going to learn from them, observe them. Don't beat yourself up, because they're going to do that for you. So, yeah, learn from them. Learn how they're getting the best of you. Film your sparring sessions with them. And watch them. Watch them at least 3 times. Watch yourself first, because you will anyway. Then watch your training partner. And then the 3rd time through, watch the space in between you. And you're going to learn something very interesting and unique each time you watch that tape. Nobody uses tape anymore. I grew up in the generation of tapes, man. What happened to 8-track tapes? All this MP3 digital technology. Ugh. Can't keep up with you young whippersnappers these days. Anyway. Film yourself. That's one of the most important things you can do. With the noobs that you can dance around. Give yourself very specific goals when you train with them. Try to work on the things that are difficult with them. Try to focus on your control a lot more with them. For example, a Taekwondo technique that I really liked was the short hook kick. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that technique, but it's a hook kick where instead of fully extending the leg and then whipping it in, you keep the leg bent and you spin on the bent leg, but you do it at an angle so that your heel ends up clapping them behind the head in their blind spot. They don't see it coming. But it takes a lot of practice to set this up the right way. You got to get the footwork down. You got to feint right so you can move left and all this other stuff. And it takes a lot of repetitions before you can work these moves out. And if you're trying this on a guy way better than you, you will never once get a live rep of this. But if you try it on a clueless noob, you'll get tons of reps. And getting tons of reps is super important. And then you're going to work your way up, like progressive overload and weightlifting. As soon as you can hit it reliably against the noobs, you work up and try it against people at the higher level, at your level. Then eventually you'll be able to pull this stuff off against high-level players. And if you can't, go back to the drawing board, man. So, yeah, you need all three. So since you only have 2 types of training partners, go out, do some recruiting, tell your friends about it. Sometimes it's not enough to get out there and train. Sometimes you got to encourage other people to do it too. Thanks for watching. Good luck to you. Now get out there and train.